So, you're probably wondering what I'm up to. I'm Shetland Chef and I live on Scotland's most northerly island. So last year I decided to challenge myself by trying to grow my own vegetables. See, the problem with that was I had zero gardening experience. But in spite of all these problems that I faced, I managed to grow all this. If you want to see how I did it, make sure to join me on my journey. Since it's a no-dig raised bed, we won't be disturbing the soil at all. And the cardboard is going to act like a weed suppressant. And over time, it's going to decompose and feed the soil. So that's the cardboard done in this long one, in that one, in that one, and now there's this one left and the one in the polytunnel. But what I'm going to do also is once I cardboard these, I'll put some stones here. I'll put some stones at this corner and that corner to give this side bit a support. Others, with the soil pressure, it might break. So I might stick some stones there or something, so it helps it stay grounded. So next, on to this one. I also chucked an old pea plant that had died because I didn't water it. It's compost. See, this is the reason why it's important to put cardboard. You can see all those weeds coming up already. See, once the cardboard is done, it is really important to give it a good rinse on top. It will help moisten the bottom of it before I put the compost and the topsoil. I thought I'll also show you what's been growing in my polytunnel. Here's some peas, some spring onions. Look at the roots, don't they look healthy? See, I've not been perfect with everything. So this has come off hinge. You can see this. These screws are broken actually. There's only one screw attached. As usual, I got sidetracked. So what I wanted to do is buckle down my polytunnel using ground screws. So that's what I did. See, this is Shetland and we face gale force winds a lot of times of the year. So it was really important I do this. So today's plan is I'm going to water this cardboard, put the compost, and then get the topsoil from the other end of the garden and put the topsoil. Get my raised beds ready. Get my raised beds ready, and yeah, that's the job for today. Let's see how it goes. Yes, that is me neatly folding up the compost bags. I didn't realize how much compost you need for a raised bed. Gardening is expensive. Clean as you go, as they say in the kitchen. Looking back at it, that definitely doesn't look safe. Yes, I could definitely have stabbed myself. Then it was time to level out the compost. I thought I would just check and see how deep it was for my vegetables to be planted. Bear, leave the bee alone. Bear, what are you up to there?
Ben, I'm doing some work. Hi. Hello.
So apparently, my dog thought I built him a sandbox or something to sit in and enjoy himself.
Come on, go sit on your bed. Quick. Bear, go sit down. Go sit in your bed. You can't sit here. Come on. There. Go sit down. See, I think instead of putting the compost, getting the topsoil, getting one bed ready, then second, then third, I think a better idea would be is fill the raised beds that I want to be filled just with the compost and then get the topsoil, because if one is more or one is less, I can adjust the compost before the topsoil goes on. Uh, or if I need more compost, because once the topsoil goes on, I don't want to really like move things about from one bed to another. So yeah, I think that's it. So the next one I'll be doing is the ones inside, but I want to grow things inside as well, and it's pretty small area. So yeah.
I tried my level best to make sure the cardboard that I put in covered the entire bottom of the raised beds so that the weeds don't come up. But it's weeds, they come up through one like microscopic gap, they'll just like pop up. Uh, but it'll be less than it would be if I just put it on plain ground. See, since it's not attached to the wall and doesn't make a proper rectangle, it's already started to move it with the pressure of the soil. So I had to attach some ground screws to keep it in place. And we have some more compost going on. I think that should be it now. I'll need to put some topsoil after this.
So before I go on to my next task, which is getting the topsoil from that end of the garden and putting it on this, I know I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of compost, but I'm going to keep them for my potting. Yeah, because I want to like plant more seeds. Plant more seeds. I want to sow some more seeds, and I don't want to run out of compost. So I think this is plenty for today. I'll put the topsoil on top of this. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is measure properly how much growing space I have, make a diagram, go back home, you know, and then sit down and make a plan of what I'm going to grow where. Because I don't do just like haphazardly, just like plant stuff. And I might use one of those apps online or on my iPhone where it tells you your companion plants and how much you should plant and things like that. So that's what I'm going to do. N- I'll go get a cup of tea, get the topsoil, get these done. This is plenty for today. Actually, before I do anything else, I'm just going to tidy up the garden a little bit because it looks very messy. Uh, I'll show you. See, there's bags of compost, there's some plants there, the bag there, there's bits here, there's a cloth there, there's a random pot there, there's that there. So I just want to like tidy up before I start my next task. For the hard part or the boring part, I need to move that soil, topsoil. I have to wheelbarrow all that soil from here all the way till there. I'll show you. I have to wheelbarrow all that topsoil from there to all the way there. 1 ton of it.
Tell you what though, on the positive side, who needs to go to the gym? This is a workout in itself and it's free. You got cardio and you got weightlifting. How about that? And no, I'm not drunk. That is bloody heavy. But knowing me, once I start a job, it has to be done in a day. That's it. So this was me like 6 hours in, 5 or 6 hours in doing all that. And I was like, no, I need to finish the raised beds. I'm going to move half a ton of soil, if not all, but I need to fill up the raised beds no matter how long it takes. And I can't even remember if I had any lunch that day. I won't lie, it felt that the bag was never going to finish and it was going to take forever. No matter how much I took out from the bag, it seemed like there was like still a lot to go. Looking back at it, I should have done it over like a few days.
As you can see, I have, I have emptied almost half of this ton bag. So literally, I've literally moved half a ton of soil today. Maybe one more, who knows? Let's see. So it's like 7 o'clock in the evening. It's still bright because it's Shetland. There's literally no sunset in the evening. In summer, the sun literally doesn't set in Shetland. Anyways, so I've been working hard all day. I've got 4 raised beds done. I'm going to leave these. I thought if I get some of this done, at least I have something to start off with. And I
got 2 big raised beds done and 2 small raised beds in my polytunnel. I would have kept on going, but I needed some more compost. So I had to go to the Planticrub, the garden center the next day and get some more. That's the only reason I stopped. And that's it for this episode. Hope you liked it. Make sure to join me on my gardening journey next week.